well, all the girls are packing up for lunch now, but you see the footpath down there. They're actually weeding the footpath with hand tools here and little chairs, and then picking up the weeds and just working along weeding the footpath. So yeah, they've got their rice hats on and their little sais and everything, and going along with bags, cutting the weeds out. So that's how they do the footpath maintenance in Vietnam. So this is Peter in Hai Dong. You know, every day I'm here, I see something new and interesting, and you know, you don't see 4 ladies working in Australia. All I guess the average age of those ladies is probably about 55 or 60, and they're all working out in the sun all day with gumboots and, you know, long sleeves and long pants on, all bent over and cutting weeds out of the footpath. But it's actually lunchtime now, so everybody's knocking off for lunch. In Vietnam, if you want to buy anything, you know, in the country areas between 11:30 and 2, you got to wake somebody up. That's just the way it is. Anyway, hope that helps somebody. I'm actually heading down the road now to go and buy a external power point for my house, because they fitted the washing machine in the house, but you know, the power point at the moment is running through the window to run the washing machine, and that lets all the mosquitoes in. So I'm off down the road to find an electrical place. Not sure whether there's going to be one in this little back street, but there was one over here on the front side, and it's gone now. So I thought I'd just have a quick drive through here and have a look. Oh, hang on, it's blocked off. Can't go through that way. Holy dooly! Look at that bamboo retaining wall. Holy dooly! And that's like the biggest truck you'll see in Vietnam, and they got a retaining wall made out of bamboo. I wouldn't feel safe down in that trench, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Cool. Oh, and it goes down even further. There you go. Yeah. So they've got water down in the bottom there. Oh yeah, they've obviously driven the posts, the foundations in, and cool, they're lifting some big bits of concrete there. I wonder whether they're going in the truck now, or whether they're still, they might have had the machines on those. I don't know. Anyway, got distracted. There's a golf course down here in Hai Dong, and there's a couple of temples that are, you know, 300 or 400 years old, and there's lots of history, but you know, it's like every place, the locals don't actually know the history, and they're too busy working to go out and see the history. So I'm just going to turn down this side street so I don't go out on the main road here while I'm filming, because that'll be just cop bait. And I'm white, so I'm bad enough cop bait as it is. This is actually one of the bigger neighbourhoods. It's got the big wide road. This is the expensive streets. I'm like about a kilometre from the middle of this town here at the moment. We might go left again. Yeah, but it's a kilometre from the middle of town, but every bit of land that's not being built on at the moment is growing food. And you know, I wouldn't dare grab a pea or a pawpaw off one of those trees, because everybody owns them and they know who owns them, and they're all, oh, there's a chook for lunch. Yeah, that street's cut off now. Alright, there you go. I'll wash the kids' hair out on the footpath. There you go. That's pretty common too, actually, because a lot of the houses just have a tap on the front of the house and a tap on the back of the house, and they wash up at the back and kill their chooks, and they fill up bathtubs and wash kids and clothing on the front. But I would have expected that house to have water inside, so you know, don't know why they're washing the kids' hair outside. But anyway, we'll go down here. Oh, it's just another dead end. Oi oi. Ah, and oi oi means oh my god in Vietnam, or something like that. I don't actually know whether it's oh my god or just some expression that's similar. to you know, that kind of surprise kind of feeling. But I can't imagine it'd be oh my god, because they're not well, I suppose the Catholics have been here a while, but before the Catholics got here, I don't think they considered religion in the same way as the Western people do. But anyway, it's interesting though, like that building there is like 4 stories. It's got 2 windows on the side, and there'll be another house built beside it, and there'll be another house built in between these 2, right? And they're really big houses. There could be 2 houses built in between those, you know, like every now and again you go into a house and you go upstairs and there's a window that's been blocked off because they pulled the window out when the house next door built up another 2 stories or something, and that. So that kind of stuff happens here all the time. And there's actually car washing businesses are going ahead gangbusters at the moment, like same as fast food outlets. Yeah, like when I came here 2 years ago, there was no pizza places or that. Like there was one pizza place and there was one KFC had just opened up. Now there's another KFC, there's a couple of hot dog places even, and about 3 or 4 pizza places in town. And but the funny thing is the locals are still trying to tell me that nobody eats pizza, but you know, seems like must be lots of people eating pizza. Look, and they just see, when they're doing construction here, they just do it in the middle of the road like that. They're cutting up the Rio bar there for a concrete slab, and they got the bricks there, and that'll be the slab for the house, and all the construction work just gets done in the middle of the road. In town the other day, there was a tarp maker, had all his tarps out on the road, and he was punching eyelets into it, right in the middle of the road, like blocking a lane. So seems to me that the houses are so small that everybody's got to use the road, so everybody just drives around anybody that's using it at the time. Like I'll be driving up my local little area sometimes, and there's like big piles of dirt in the middle of one lane, you know, just big pile of dirt. Yeah. Anyway, oh, like that. See that? See all the construction materials just turned up for this house, and literally the bricks turn up on a truck, on a pick, like a dump truck, and then they just pour them off onto the ground in the middle of the road, and then the workers come along and stack them all up, ready for the house build, right? And they stack them all on the footpath like that. But you imagine doing all that work. But their bricks must be better than our bricks, because if you dumped all our bricks on the ground, I reckon they'd probably break. But their bricks don't seem to. And not only that, I think they've just got a lot more clay in their bricks, because if they've just looking whether there's anything down there interesting. But if they're rebuilding a house, they just chip all the mortar off the bricks and reuse them. I mean, how stupid are we in the West that because of minimum wages and that, we just send all the old bricks to landfill and you know, wreck the environment, as well as wrecking the economy for anybody that could do some work and earn a living instead of being on the dole of social benefits. But Australia just thinks it's better to put everybody on social benefits and hold a minimum wage that prevents anybody from doing anything useful for the environment or that. If anything here is worth 5 cents, somebody will have a business out of picking it up and recycling it or doing something with it, and that's just different. There's some old asbestos there. Hold your breath if you're watching this video. Hold your breath. And that guy there, he's just lighting a fire in the middle of the road, and that's burning money to the ancestors, right? So it's all fake money that they're burning to the ancestors. But sometimes the fake money is actually printed, because US dollars look exactly like, you know, you photocopy them and they look exactly the same. So sometimes the US dollars, the tourists think there's whole big piles of fake money driving around. They think it's real money on the back of motorbikes with nobody securing it. But you see that, like, that guy's just burning it in the middle of the road. The car's driving around. You wouldn't want to have a fuel leak, but that's normal. I've seen pigs being de-haired on the middle of the road and all sorts of things. anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share. I hope that's interesting to somebody, and I'll do some more videos like this driving around Vietnam as I'm here, now that I'm living here with my new wife.